I'm going to make sure everybody's muted. Don't take offense to that. I just do it so there's no echo when we're recording. And sometimes even flipping a piece of paper can make a noise. And we don't want that, even if we think we're being quiet. Okay, well, we are going to go ahead and start because I know some of you are legit on lunch break. And so I love these lunch and learns. Thank you for joining, and thank you for spreading the word and making them so amazing. And that from brand new consultant to national, every division, and apparently around the world, people are watching these now. And I just love it because we don't always get to hear from women in different areas, right? Because we go to your division seminar or whatever. And so then we get to meet new people, and sometimes we're finding a like mind, right? And sometimes we find our kindred souls with that being said. So we have this amazing friend of mine, Cleta, and she is the real deal. I fell in love with her on my Alaskan trip that I earned with Mary Kay, and I've just loved you ever since. She has done Mary Kay. And I won't tell too much of her story because I want her to share that. But what I love most is how authentic you are, friend. Mary Kay Ash would be so proud. You have carried her legacy with such class and elegance. And it does not matter if you're having your best year or your worst year, you would never know it by watching her. She lifts people up. She praises people where they are. And I think when you've been in Mary Kay a while, you've learned some things. We're always constantly changing. And what I value about you is, one, your Go Give heart, because if you're not part of the Mary Kay Go Give page, she does stuff all the time. You do that PowerPoint every month for everybody. And I just appreciate you and love your guts, friend. I mean, to the core of who I am, when I grow up, I want to be Cleta. So thank you for taking your time today and just being here and pouring into so many women. And I'm sorry you're hearing the chaos outside. I'm going to mute here in a second so you guys don't hear that four-wheeler trying to move our snow. But thank you for giving back to all these women and sharing your wisdom. I love you, friend. And I'm going to let you take over.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Like she said, I'm Cleta Colson Air, and I just go by Cleta the Cheetah, if you can't remember that. So thank you, Jen. I just appreciate you asking me to do this. And I thank you for doing this every week. It's a commitment that you have to get the speakers and all of that. So it blesses so many people. And that's really what Mary Kay is all about. So today might be a little different. It's the last Lunch and Learn for the year, 2022. And my favorite number is 22. That was my number in basketball and softball in high school and college. And so if any of you were sports people, you had your number. So I've always felt like 22 was going to be a great year. So I was thinking what I could talk about and share on this last Lunch and Learn for this actual physical year. And I thought about the things that make Mary Kay different. And I know you might think this might even sound like a marketing call, but it's some things that I think we need to think about as we share the opportunity. What makes Mary Kay different? What makes Mary Kay the best opportunity out there? Why and how have we stayed in business and relevant for 60 years? I mean, I can't believe we're going into the 60th year. I haven't been in Mary Kay all 60 years, but I have experienced over 37 years of the 60 years and almost 34 as a sales director. And so I wanted to share just a few of my favorite things about Mary Kay. And I encourage you to make your own list of what you really love about Mary Kay. Why do you love it so much? I know people think we're some little Mary Kay cult out there, but the truth is we just love what we do. I was at a table yesterday with some people talking about their jobs and how, I got to go to work Monday, and like how they don't love their work. And I thought, I don't feel that way. We're so blessed. And so think about some of these things that I'm going to mention and then make your own list. And these are some of the things that men and women and men love about our company. And it's why they stay with us for decades. I mean, I have women in my unit been in over 30 years. And I know some of you have been in over 30 yourself and some 40. And I think if you're like me, you know that all of us ought to be sharing the Mary Kay opportunity more than we do. It's easy to share that product, but sometimes we get nervous about sharing the opportunity. And I don't know why, but we need to do better at it. We really do. And so, first of all, the first thing, and I want to share a couple of personal stories. The first thing is Mary Kay the woman. Now, Mary Kay, when I got to meet her, I became a consultant right out of college. And then I became a sales director when I was 26. And I got to go to Mary Kay's house, and she lived in this big old pink house. And we got to go in, and she had made cookies. It was the tradition that she did. And she was sitting on the couch, and then all the new sales directors, we lined up and got our turn to go sit down with Mary Kay and talk to her for a few minutes. And, you know, the line, it was something else. Some of the directors were crying before they got up there. I was, like I say, I was 26, and I was nervous. I wasn't crying, but I was nervous because I thought, what am I going to say? I had been in Mary Kay for 3 years, and I thought, what am I going to say to the Mary Kay? You know, and so when it got my turn, I went up and I sat down beside her. And of course, the first thing she did is she looked me down, she took my hand. And, you know, you probably heard these things about Mary Kay had the softest hands. She really did. Like, her hands were so soft. And she just looked me in the eye. She said, you know what? She said, you remind me of, you look like Molly Morrow. And I thought to myself, Molly Morrow. And I remembered that she is, at the time, she was a national sales director. And she goes, do you know who that is? And I said, a national sales director? She goes, that's right. And she said, you remind me of her, or you look like her, you know. And so I said, well, thank you, you know. And then she said, you know, she told me that I need to go out and win a pink Cadillac. And I just looked at her and I thought, I don't even, you know, I was just like, I didn't even know what to say. So I just said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Mary Kay. I mean, I'm from the South, I'm from Georgia. And, you know, we were taught, you know, to say yes, ma'am, and please and thank you. And so I knew though at that point that I told her, yes, ma'am, and got my little picture made with her. I knew this was a promise that I was going to fulfill one day in this company. And 3 years later, well, my goal was to have that pink Cadillac before I was 30 years old, to earn the use of it. And I did it. And so it was like the year of my 30th birthday. And so I was so proud to say that I did what Mary Kay told me to do. But I got to meet Mary Kay at other times too, and off stage. Of course, I saw her at a seminar and things like that. But my national sales director was in Dallas, Texas. Her name was Idell Moffitt. And she would have her workshops at the Mary Kay building, like January Jumpstart, Fall Advance. And we would have trainers there, and there was classrooms in there, and Mary Kay would come teach. And I remember one time Mary Kay walked in there, and she was at the front of the room teaching, and she looked beautiful. You know, she had her, you know, she would wear a national suit that was a different color from the nationals, but it would be like the same design, but a different color. And I can't remember what color it was that day, but she was up there teaching us. And during the middle of it, she goes, I got to take these off. And she just flipped off those high heel shoes. She had big old spiked, because she was a little lady, you know. She took those high heels off. She goes, no, that's better. And she taught the rest of the class with no shoes on in front of the class. And then we had a group picture taken with my girls, my unit, and Mary Kay. So, and Idell Moffitt, my national. So we all got up there, and some of my red jackets were kneeling down in front of her, you know, because we had a nice thing. And so they were probably, like, thinking back now, they were probably in their maybe 50s, okay, or maybe 40s even, I don't remember. But anyway, when we got ready to stand up, one of my girls, she was going to have a hard time. So Mary Kay reached down and offered her hand and helped my girls get up off the floor. And she said, honey, I know. She goes, it's easy to get down there, but getting up's the hard part. And everybody needs a hand every now and then. And they were just blown away that she would just notice that they were struggling to get up off the floor. She was that way. She was genuine. She was caring. She was loving. She was funny. And she was so wise. You know, she led our company by example. She genuinely showed love for each one of us, and she called us her daughters. And, you know, the last time I saw her, she was at seminar, and they had a device that held her up so she could stand after her stroke. So she, you know, she was standing, and they kind of brought her down in this little capsule type thing that kind of floated on stage. And she looked so beautiful. We were so shocked to see her. And she could not talk after her stroke. She never got her regular voice back. It was how sometimes stroke people talk. But anyway, But she still mouthed, and the best she could, she said, I love you. And she said to pass it on. And, I just remember thinking, I just was so emotional, more emotional than any other time in my life at that point. How much I cared about her, but that's what she wanted us to do, is pass it on. And, after that seminar, she ended up passing away on Thanksgiving Day. And matter of fact, it was 2001, and on November the 22nd. And I watched her entire funeral online. One of the sides of the church was her physical family. The other side of the church was full of her Mary Kay family. And I tell you the truth, we loved her the same as if she was blood kin. And I remember some of the people got up to speak, and they thanked her family. They thanked Ryan Rogers. They thanked Richard Rogers for sharing their mother, their grandmother, their friend with us. And isn't that the truth? She spent so much time with her Mary Kay family, so much. She was a legend, you guys. And so that point right there is that's one of the things that makes Mary Kay different from any other company you guys can work for. You just don't have someone like her who started this company for people like us. And so I want you to don't forget about that. Of course, the autobiography is a great way to remind yourself of who she was, in case you just joined, you certainly know her story. The second thing is the friendships. Okay, and I've always had friends. I know probably y'all have too. But the friendships in Mary Kay, there were not anything I ever expected to find in my starter kit. I mean, I did not join Mary Kay because I thought I need some more friends. I really didn't. But that's one of the gifts that I got. First of all, the friends that you're going to make in the customers. And, Mary Kay taught us not to look at our customers as a dollar sign. She said, don't go into a party with dollar signs in your eyes. Instead, look at them as if they have a sign around their neck that reads, make me feel important, which I know y'all have heard that a million times. But if you really take that to heart, of everybody you talk to, pretend they have that sign, you treat people different. You really do. And so I really got to know my customers, their children, and now they're even their grandchildren. I have a customer that brought me her 13-year-old daughter to have a facial to start her own skincare. And just recently, she brought me her 13-year-old granddaughter. Isn't that something? And that girl still they both buy from me now, her daughter and her of course, her granddaughter, that her grandma buys her everything she wants. But, that's how your customers can be. So I want to encourage you, those of you that sell mostly online, somehow, some way, get to know those customers. If you, call them, talk to them, get to know them more than just a sale. Okay. I really care about my customers and their needs. It's a relationship that I didn't realize I needed in my life. Second, the sister consultants and sister directors. It's like none other. I recently, my father passed away. As a matter of fact, it was the same day, 21 years later, after Mary Kay passed away, November 22nd, this year, 2022. And I wish I could show you the box. I should have brought them in here, of how many cards, notes, messages, gifts, flowers were sent my way from the Mary Kay family. It was unbelievable, you guys. It's true blue friendships. Women of God, women with integrity, women with grit, women who lift you up and encourage you. There's really nothing else like it. And so I encourage you to get to know your sister consultants, get to know the sister directors, get to know your customers, and make those friends. Third, the company. Okay, Mary Kay Inc. We were talking about this before we got started. Mary Kay, the company. They really do look out for us. And even times when we sometimes feel like legal is down our back, really the bottom line is all for our benefit. It's to keep us out of trouble with the rules and the regulations and the guidelines of direct selling that govern us. When we talk about something we love, and we like when things are discontinued with Mary Kay, and we tell them, they'll bring it back sometime. Like, think about Downtown Brown. Like, people cried for decades about Downtown Brown. Mary Kay brought it back. They do R&D to make sure we stay on top of our game in the skincare and glamour field. They bring out products that I've never heard of. Like when micellar water came out, I'm like, micellar what? I've never heard of it. They keep us, up at the forefront, and they wouldn't have to. They could just like sit back and try to just sell the same thing we were selling 60 years ago, right? They honor the golden rule with us, with that 100% satisfaction guarantee. And 99% of the time, we don't even have to send the product back. It's the honor system. What other company do you know will give you your money back and you don't have to return the product? I mean, like, that's unbelievable to me. I'm proud to be associated with Mary Kay, who has a stellar reputation in the business world. You don't stay the test of time through 6 decades without a company that with values like Mary Kay has, values like God first, family second, career third, live and work by the golden rule. And, we know Mary Kay was a believer, and she instilled those values in her staff as well. And for that, I am very thankful. Okay, next, the products. Let's talk about the products. Okay, we all love the products. And y'all, the more you use, the more you're gonna love it. I think Noxzema Sea Breeze was my total skincare regimen. And I would say my face was pretty much a wreck when I started Mary Kay. Not because neither one of those companies are bad or the products are bad, but I just didn't have a clue about taking care of my skin. And I really didn't have a good excuse because my grandmother sold Mary Kay in the 60s, and my 2 aunts. And my mother's has used Mary Kay since the 60s as well. But, it was for old people in my mind when I'm a teenager and 20-year-old. And I just thought, no, give me some lip gloss, that's it. And I just did not take care of my skin in college. So I wanted to use, something that was cooler, right? So I started on the products finally when a 38-year-old girl, when you're 22, 38, it seems old, right? But she taught me into having a facial. I bought it. I was sold on it, hook, line, and sinker. I left with the skincare set because my face had never felt so good. And I was very loyal to use it every single day and night. And it cleared my face up. And the fact that I bought it is because she offered me the money back guarantee. And I told her, I said, Sandra, everything breaks me out. And so if this breaks me out, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I am going to return it. I thought, when I look at myself now, I'm like, was I a negative person? I don't think I was. But anyway, you know what? She goes, that's fine. That's fine. We have a money back guarantee. I'm like, all right. So I want to encourage y'all when you sell to emphasize that we will make it good. And, we will trade them for something they might like or refund their money. And that is a big benefit in Mary Kay for us. It really is. And so I'm thankful and grateful that I started using a skincare system at the age 22. Thankful and grateful because your skin is going to look better if for 3 decades you've been using a skincare system compared to people that use nothing. Like they go, oh, I just wash my face with water. I'm like, okay, how's that working for you? Anyway, I'm grateful for the products. And so I will say this to all of you, the more you use, the more you will sell. I thought about this morning, writing down every single product I use and counting them, but usually it's about 37 things. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's the truth because I don't go to bed, Bath and Body Works and buy their bath stuff. I use Mary Kay's, right? Everything head to toe was Mary Kay. When I sold Mary Kay in the late 80s, they had hair care. And I use their conditioner, shampoo, and their mousse. If they had it today, I'll be using it, So I want to encourage you to treat yourself. If you got money for Christmas and you don't have full inventory and you don't use everything because you're like, oh, I just need to sell it, I'll need to be using it. I just encourage you to treat yourself to some new products, every month, every quarter. And the more you try, you will really see the difference in your skin. And it's easier to sell it when you're enthusiastic about our products. It really is, because you're not even having to read on the back of the box what it does. You can just tell them what you love about it. And that's what people want to hear. It really is. You have to know where to find the facts, but they want to hear why you like it. And it's hard to sell something that you don't use. Okay. All right. Finally, last but not least, what I think is different about Mary Kay, it's not the money. Now, we do make good money in Mary Kay, but you can make money anywhere. Can't you make money just about anywhere? But it's the fun. I joined Mary Kay to make money, but what I did not realize is how much I would enjoy it. Are you having fun in your Mary Kay business? Are you having a blast in it? Is it stressing you out instead of you having fun in it? And so let me tell you, what does it take to have fun in Mary Kay? Well, a party of one is not really a party. Would y'all agree? If it's just you, I mean, you can have fun by yourself. I guess if you're reading or something you're enjoying, watching TV or something, but really to have fun, it takes other people, right? To have a relationship. Fun is in the gatherings, gathering of your people, gathering of your customers, trying the products, gathering of your Mary Kay sisters at an event, at your weekly sales meetings, whether it's on Zoom or whether it's in person, gathering across town and gathering across the country. I will tell you, I have not ever missed a seminar, a leadership conference, a career conference, a January jumpstart, a fall retreat. Matter of fact, sometimes I go to more than one. This past year, I went to 3 fall advances. I spoke at one, I did one, and I went to another one. And, I've gone to 3 career conferences before. I've, go to seminar every year. And every time I go, I get to know my sister consultants, my sister directors better, and we form friendships. The top director trips. Okay, yes, you can go all the way around the world, and it is fun to see all the things you've never seen. But when we come back, that's not what we talk about. What we talk about is the conversations we have with our good girlfriends that we made, people that we made, couples that become friends. My husband stays in touch with the directors' husbands, my friends that their husbands, and they text each other. I love that. I mean, that's what you remember is those women and their husbands, and then all the fun that we had doing the things in other countries. But we always laugh and said Mary Kay could have, a top director trip in Panama City Beach, Florida, and we would have a great time. Why? Because we're together. We like being together. And so that fun that you're going to have in the gatherings, it makes all the difference. So I want, when I grew up in a small town and I went to school, a private Christian school, I graduated with 19 people. Like the whole senior class went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee together on a bus. And I know some of y'all graduated with 300, 400, 500, 600 people. Mine was small. I had a small world. My the church we went to is probably about 150 people. I just did not know that many people. I had a small little circle. They were a good circle, but it was small. Mary Kay has enlarged that circle so much in the last 37 years for me. I could talk all day about it. I really could. I could talk all day long about it. And so I want to tell you that if you're not having fun, then you need to have more gatherings with potential customers, like a party or a facial, more gatherings when you attend things that your sales director or a local person has that you could go and get to know people. It is tough the first time when you don't know anybody and you walk in, but Mary Kay is such a family that the new people are the ones elevated. So just by going, and you can always bring a guest, right? You're going to feel like the queen, and you're going to be treated like one. So I just want to encourage you. To get some gatherings going in person as well as online. All right. In person as well. Sometimes online is a one-way communication because all you're doing is talking like I am right now. And then I don't get to hear from all of y'all. Right. So you have to make sure you have some other times in your business that they get to talk back to you and you can really get to know them and you can really laugh and have a good time. Let's see. Now, I know that you might be thinking, this was a marketing call. I thought it was supposed to be a training call and I didn't know it. So, hey, you know what? It is going to be on YouTube. So you can share it as a marketing call. And if you're watching this as a guest, we would love for you to join us. But the thing I wanted to get across to you is that all that I've shared is that has meant something to me is also there for you. You all took the same first step I did. You signed a beauty consultant agreement. You got a kid in, or you did the e-start. Okay. I'm just urging you this next year and to end this year to pick up that business again and see what could it mean for you. Really, how could it bless you if you gave it your all? And you're like, you pass that point of, if Mary Kay don't work, I'm going to do so and so. Instead, you go, that line, I passed that a long time ago. I used to work for my dad, Colson Printing Company. He had his own company, and I quit the family business when I became a sales director to just do Mary Kay. And so after that, I had one little weak moment after a year. I had a bad month in Mary Kay, and I went crawling back to Daddy, and I said, Daddy, I just need to get my job back. He goes, why? And I said, well, I had this bad month and, all this stuff. And he goes, what if I closed Colson Printing down after one bad month? He goes, that's not how you run a business. And it's funny, Colson Printing Company, they're actually celebrating their 60th year this year as well. And he goes, you just have to get back in there. He said, you already have a job. You just need to go work it. And I'm like, I was a daddy's girl. I could not believe he said that to me. I really couldn't. And I left. I was kind of teary-eyed and crying. And I thought, well, there's that. So guess what I did? I went back to work. And now I'm a sales director, but I went back and I thought, how many parties have I held in the last 6 months? Hardly any, because I was just doing them for my consultants, And I thought, you better go back and do what you did to get where you are right now. So I started booking parties again. And you guys, turn the business around. I wasn't quitting Mary Kay, but I was semi giving up on my dream. I mean, I was. And so luckily I had somebody in my life that showed me tough love and set me straight. Because that, think about that. It'll be 34 years, February 1st. I've been a sales director. That was a year after I'd been. So this was that's 33 years later and I'm still in, because he kind of, he encouraged me to go back and do what I need to do. And so I'm thankful for that. So if I could be that person in your life to say, you have a job, you just need to go work it, especially if maybe you've achieved and then you kind of shrink back a little bit, that happened. That's okay. You can get back on the horse and you can get it going. And what's going to take it to change your business around is just to see more people. That's it. Just to see more people, get together with more people. I always say, if you want to make more money, get together with more people. You want to look younger, use more products. Then get together with the people and tell people why you love the products. You want to have more friends, get together with people, spend time with them. Anything you need, you can do it by getting together with more people. So I want you to think about how many people I got together with this last week, this last month, this last year. And I know everything changed in 2020, but guess what? We can get back going and we can start spending our time with people that make a difference in our life. And I would encourage you to think about the reasons you love Mary Kay. Why are you even still in? Share those things with your customers, because there are women out there that are just like me and just like you that would love to be a part of something like this. That is so amazing. And yes, we have ups and downs, but if you decide I'm never quitting, you just had a bad month. It's not like it's not the end of the world. You just pick yourself up and go. Okay. And so I encourage you to just do what Mary Kay asked us to do, is to pass it on. And Mary Kay always said, and I'll end with this, is if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And so we can say in 2023, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. All right. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate y'all listening today, and hopefully you can make your own story and really let's build our team a little bit better, a little bit more this next year.
Oh, I love that. I love everything, because sometimes I think every woman needs to know the heart part. There's so much training. We probably overtrained, probably just undermotivated. And Cleta, I love the stories. I love how much you shared. And this is different than anything else. I mean, we're all smart. Like she said, we can all make money anywhere, but can you be as happy making money other places? And I've worked in corporate America, and I can tell you, no, you cannot. It's not. No, the answer is no. So, well, what was it? They did a survey that 87% of corporate women after COVID, and they were able to go back to work, quit. Not because they got fired, like they chose, that's not the life I want to live anymore.
That's
they
right.
Different. So you just got to go out there and find those women. So does anybody have anything they want to say to Cleta, or a question or anything to affirm her? I know some of you might want to unmute. I need to open the chat so I can see if there's anything else in there. Let me open that. Always try. I just love listening. I could listen to you all day.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I love it. I love stories, because I became a director right before Mary Kay passed away. So I didn't get to physically meet her. And so I have to live through the people
Right.
I have, but I feel like I did. I feel like when you're part of this company, I feel like it. Oh, everyone's just saying thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Yes, more, sell more, use more. Yes, very much. Very inspirational. Well, Cleta, thank you so much. And what a way, because we only have today, Friday and Saturday, for month end for December. finish strong. Go talk to those people you maybe have been scared to, or just thought, oh, they don't. People need this. Don't look at what they have on the outside, because you don't know what happens behind closed doors. Women need this
That's
for
right.
whatever reason. They get to decide what they want it for. So thank
That's
you so much,
exactly right.
Carmen, for sharing with us. And thank you all for joining today. And I'll get this recording, and usually within 24 hours, we have it out there on YouTube and you're good to go if you want to share it. So I hope you all have an amazing Thursday and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Finish strong.